to my channel. We are at the end of May because life just flies by and another month has left us. And honestly, my kids are out of school. I feel like my 8-year-old is going to be graduated from high school, like, before I know it. It just is freaking me out. This sound you may or may not be hearing in the background is my air conditioner. It's just something we're gonna have to get used to for the next few months because it makes some noise. So we are going to talk about my favorite products in the month of May. I had a good little variety of products. And honestly, most of them are new. I think there's one product, because I don't always do that. I don't always like talk about only products that I bought that month, because some months I may not buy much. Well, I mean, let's be honest. There's rarely months that I don't buy stuff, but you know what I mean. But it looks like all the stuff I'm going to talk about today is fairly new. So I only have one product that's not makeup related, and I'll save that to the end. So let's go ahead and get started on the actual makeup. Before I do that, I will insert like a little probably 30-second to minute clip on Moose the dog. If you're new, I am doing this every month per most of y'all's request. I do have a puppy. He is 5 months old. He is an English Mastiff, and he is a godsend to our family. Continues to be amazing. He's pushing 70 pounds already at 5 months. And I had told y'all that I would do like a little update every month on my favorites until he's like full grown. So I'm gonna skip into that real quick and then I'll be right back. Hey Moose, say hey buddy. There you are, pretty boy. Say hello. Such a big boy. You are so pretty. Moose, say hello. Big boy. Yeah. Okay, so now let's talk about my favorites for the month, other than Moose. Let's see. I'll start with eyeshadow because I have 2.5 eyeshadow products to tell you about. The first one I'm thinking about doing a separate video on, just a very short, just simple eye tutorial, not the whole face, because I honestly have been loving it so much. And it's the new NARS Charlotte Gainsbourg Old Church Street eyeshadow duo. So it looks like this. It's got a very gorgeous kind of rose gold, kind of neutral gold shade, and I think I'm just going to wait to swatch these until the actual video. And then this beautiful matte navy shadow. It is not easy to do blue eyeshadows. Like the formulation, it must be hard because I've found maybe 2 in my entire makeup career that I actually like, and this is definitely one of them. It's one that I feel 150% confident wearing on my eyes. It's just gorgeous. I think NARS eyeshadows get a bad rap. End of story. Like, I just think they do. I actually really appreciate them. And this eyeshadow duo has been an intense favorite of mine this month. I just love everything about it. So the next eyeshadow palette I'm going to talk about is hands down one of my favorite eyeshadows that I've ever used. The formula is bar none, in my opinion. And it is the Makeup Atelier Paris eyeshadows. Now, I got this in my Beautylish Lucky Bag this year, and I am so glad I did, because I think that if I didn't, I probably would have never tried these. And they're that amazing. I have them on my eyes today. This one is called the Natural Chestnut palette. And honestly, could you get any more neutral or perfect than these colors? This is everything you will ever need in an eyeshadow palette. I am almost like a 99% positive that this is the only palette I'm taking with me on my cruise, and I'll take a couple of single like shimmer shadows, and that's it, because you don't need anything other than this. You've got, these are all matte. You've got a matte bright white, which I actually have on my inner corner and my brow bone. I normally do shimmer, but this one's so bright and intense that it works wonderful. This color right here is gorgeous for like, it's like a peach smoothie type color. It's perfect to put down before you put down your first crease color. Those 2 colors are life. Honestly, I can use those in every, those 2 colors are really, they're it. They're it. They're neutral. They don't pull too warm. They don't pull too cool. And another thing I absolutely love about these is the formulation. So I'm going to take a fluffy brush, the one I used today, and I'm going to rub that around in this. Now, I want you to look really close. Hopefully it'll focus. Do you see much kick up on that? No. No, because these don't have kick up. This is the only eyeshadow formula that I can use and not have to clean up my eye, under my eye afterwards. I could totally do my face makeup before I did my eyes with this, and I would have no problem. I have already purchased another one. I plan on, honestly, making a full collection of these. I can see myself not needing any other eyeshadows. I mean, that's how good this palette is. I absolutely have fallen head over heels for it, and I've worn it at least 50% of the month, if not more. Now, the other kind of half eyeshadow palette, I'm not going to talk too much on because I just featured it in Monday's video in my fast makeup, but this is the By Terry Sun Designer palette in Savannah Love, and it is everything you'll ever need in a blush, eyeshadow, and bronzer palette. Honestly, bronzers and eyeshadows, blushes and eyeshadows, it's got it all. So I'll put the, I know I always say that, but I really hope I remember, I will put the fast makeup video where I actually use this, so you can go check it out if you haven't already, because it really is an all-in-one palette, and I'm just really, really loving that. I did travel with my husband for his job for probably 5 days this month, and these are the only 2 things that I took. And that's all I used. That's all I needed. All right, a few face products. I'm not gonna talk too long on this foundation, but I will say I have it on today. I bought it in a darker color for summer. This has now taken a spot in my top 5. No questions asked. Now, don't ask me which one I'm going to replace it with, because I would have to think about that. I think I know, but I don't know for sure. But it's the Philosophy Renewed Hope in a Jar Skin Tint. I did a whole video on this also. Again, it's what I have on today. One of those foundations that you put on, it never does you wrong. It makes your skin look good. Nobody compliments your makeup. They compliment your skin. They think you're 10 years younger than you are. I mean, honestly, it's like a compliment in a jar. That's, I don't know how else to explain it, because that's what it is. It's so gorgeous, and I honestly did not even think twice about buying a darker color for summer, because I knew that this would be one of my go-to foundations, and it has been. I can't stop using it. I won't stop using it. It's amazing. This one I have not really touched on too much in videos other than using it in a couple tutorials, but it's the new MAC Next to Nothing Pressed Powder. Now, this is the color for me. It's in medium dark. It may look a little dark, but honestly, once you put it on, it really just kind of blends in. They're very forgiving colors. This is the color that I wear in the MSF Natural. And somebody asked me the difference between this and Mineralized Skin Finish Naturals. This one I feel like is glowier. I do feel like it puts on a glow. I'm not wearing it today because I don't prefer to wear it with dewier foundations or luminous foundations, because I think it's just a little too much. It's not like, it has absolutely no shimmer. It just gives, it imparts a nice glow. And I really, really like it with my more like normal to matte foundations. It's absolutely gorgeous. I feel like the MSF almost can be seen a little bit more on the skin than this. This is honestly next to nothing, undetectable powder. You cannot see it on your skin at all. It just makes you look like you have good skin, which obviously is a theme for this month's favorites and what I look for in makeup. So I love this one so much that I went and bought Light Plus, Medium Dark, and another color, maybe just medium, I think, for my kit. I love the Light Plus to set under the eyes. The other 2 colors, they're just beautiful to set. They work really well with the Makeup Forever Matte Velvet foundation. I don't know. I just absolutely love them, so I did want to touch on those. I like these better than the MSF, which I didn't think that I would say. I do have the MSFs in my kit. I was running low. That's why I decided to get these instead. I don't know. I feel like I like these a little bit better. The next one I'm not going to stay long on. Again, I'm a broken record. It's what I have on today. It is the NARS Banque de Sable Highlighting Palette. I cannot stop using this. Honestly, I don't know. I think maybe there were 2, 3, maybe 4 days in the whole entire month of May that I did not use this. It's the only one I took traveling. It's probably the only one I'm going to take on my cruise. It has everything you need. I swish all 3 colors together to use my highlight, but they can also be used separately depending on your skin tone, as well as beautiful eyeshadows. I cannot stress enough. I believe this is limited edition. If you don't have it, get it. If you don't want to get it, then Stay tuned for my 10,000 giveaway if I ever get to 10,000, because this will be a part of it. I did buy an extra one for y'all because it is so good. The next Nourish product I have on my face today as well. This is only my second time using it, but I would be remiss if I did not mention it because it is so amazing. I was so impressed with these. I did not think that I was going to like it so much, but it's their new liquid blushes. I only got one color. I got the color Orgasm, which honestly I feel like is kind of overdone, but when I looked at the swatches, I felt like it was the most usable in my kit. This is like a bridal color. I will swatch this one. Most of my clients and brides prefer a pink versus a peach, so I just felt like if I was going to try one, I might as well get it to be one that I would actually use. So this is, I can't even see these lights. That's it right there, and that's just pumped out. So it's so beautiful. It doesn't really have a shimmer. You know, people say it does. I don't see a shimmer in it. These suckers don't budge. I'm talking at all. Like, I put it on the first time I wore it. I did something outside. It was like 90 degrees outside, and in Tennessee, the humidity is always 150%. So it was super hot. And then I also worked out that afternoon, and I came home, and my blush is always the first thing to go. I never see blush if I do like an intense workout or if I'm outside. I saw every bit of this. Everything that I put on that morning was still there that night. It does not budge. I know that some people with oily skin are a little hesitant to use cream blushes. If you have oily skin, jump on this bandwagon and get this blush because it will not go anywhere. All right, a couple more, two more makeup products in my last thing and we're done. I have two mascaras that were my favorite this month, and they're my favorites for different reasons. The first one is the Mally More is More mascara. It just comes in this plain black packaging. Now this does have a plastic bristled brush. It's very, very similar to the Benefit Their Real mascara brush, which I can't stand that mascara, and I don't like plastic bristle brushes, but you can see right there, and it's got that ball on the top, which you're supposed to be able to like push out. I don't do that. But for some reason, I can deal with this brush because the formula is so nice to lengthen your lashes. I do not think this is going to give you volume. This says it's a volumizing mascara. I don't think it gives me volume. I think it just helps lengthen and separate my lashes, which is what I want on more natural days. I use this in my fast makeup tutorial, and the reason that it worked so well and the reason I choose it for stuff like that is because that was a very minimal makeup to me. And when I'm doing minimal makeup, when my lashes are going to be more evident, I don't like to use a hugely thick mascara because then it looks like I'm trying a little too hard, or I cross that line from minimal makeup to maximum makeup, if that makes sense. I want my mascara to be as fresh and simple as the rest of my makeup, and this is what I go to for that. I've really, really been loving that this month. Now this one is if I do something more along the lines of this eye look, and I want my lashes to be a little bit more va-va-boom. And I'll tell you, when I first got this, I did not like it. It needed to dry out for like 3 weeks, and then I pulled it out, I don't know, 2 weeks ago, and I'm like, oh, I kind of like it now. There are a couple cons to it, but the effect that it gives your lashes is worth it. So I'm going to show you my lashes real quick, hopefully, because I do have it on today. So I mean, those are some good lashes. I'm not hating on those lashes. So the cons to this mascara are that it doesn't necessarily not transfer. Like if you do have longer lashes like myself and you do get hot or something in the summer or after I work out, I will have some mascara on the top of my lids, like right under my brow bone. Not all mascaras do that. This one does. And it's very rare that when I put it on, it doesn't transfer to my lid. It's not a big deal. I let it dry and I just fluff it off with a Q-tip. But some people may not have the time, inclination, or worry or care to do stuff like that. So it is a more wet formula, so do keep that in mind. And one thing I do like about this is that I rarely wear liner, and the brush is, let me show you the brush. Well, let me show you the whole thing. It's got two brushes. This right here, if you pull this pink one out, it comes out with like a very fluffy brush. That's if you want a little less intense. If you put that back in and pull the purple part out, it's that brush times 2 pretty much. So it is natural. It's a natural brush. So it's not plastic. But But because it's such a fat brush, a lot of time when I put my mascara on, a little bit of it smudges on my lash line and gives me a liner effect. So I kind of like that. Some people might not like it. I don't see how it's an issue because it'll give you an effect if you're not wearing liner. And if you are wearing liner, you're not going to be able to see it anyways. It'll just smudge on your liner. But the effect that it gives my actual lashes and how big and long and voluminous it makes them, it's worth all that. Worth it. Okay, so that's all my makeup products, and now I'm going to get into my last product, which is a self-tanner. Now, I have always been kind of scared to delve into self-tanners because I do go to the gym so much and I do sweat so much. I've always been worried that they're going to sweat off, patch off, look really nasty, you know, and patchy and streaky, and I didn't want to deal with it. But this year I was like, you know what, I'm going to delve deeper into self-tanners. I'm going to try more. Because I don't know, I want to feel, it's summer, it's hot, I want to be a little bit darker. I'm not saying I didn't embrace my pale self, okay? I'm not saying that, because I know some people get a little offended by that. I'm not saying that. I just wanted a little bit of color. So I got the Josie Maran tanning oil. I liked it, but it did pull orange on me a little bit. I still like it. It's still one that I'll go to. But, again, it did pull orange. It could be a little bit streaky if you weren't really careful, and I absolutely hated the mitt that came with it. Now, I think it's essential, the mitt that came with it, because it is such a thin oil, like, you'd have to see the mitt. I think that that's what it has to be, but I really despised it. So then I got the Loving Tan, okay, because, you know, everybody and their mama raves about Loving Tan. I think I got one that was not dark enough. I only got dark. I should have gotten extra dark. I like the concept. I think you have to work a little bit more with it, considering I got the 2-hour express, considering I have to put it on and then I have to wait 2 hours and then I have to shower, when I really just want to shower, put it on, and go to bed. Like, that's what I was looking for in a tanner. Plus, Loving Tan markets itself as being not orange, which I 100% agree with. But it's almost so olive that it pulls a little green on me, because I have such yellow undertones that if you have something that has too much olive in it, it will pull a little green on me. So I used that a couple times. It was all right. It wasn't my favorite. And then I tried this. Long story, isn't it? But here's the point. My favorite self-tanner that I have tried is the new Tarte Braziliance Plus self-tanner. This comes with a mitt. It's downstairs and nasty, so I'm not going to show you. But honestly, this is the best that I've tried. And I mean, this year's not the first time I've delved into self-tanners, don't get me wrong. So I've tried quite a bit. This is the best. It is super dark. You can tell when you're putting it on, because that was one of Chad's issues, because he self-tans too, and he's like, with the Josie Maran, he was like, I can't see where I'm putting it. Like, I feel like I'm going to get all streaky, and this, you can see where you're putting it, and honestly, never has it streaked on me. Never has it patched off as it wears off. Never, like right here in my little, if you can see, like right here where you bend your arms, it, like the Josie Maran would, honestly, it would like crease into that, and it would be darker on those little, you know what I mean? And this one does not do that. Does not do that. So what I do, because I know some of y'all were asking in my last video in the comments, I will get in the shower. I will scrub with, I have the Shea Moisture Tree Hut scrub. I don't spend a lot of money on body scrubs because I go through them so much. I scrub down really good with that to exfoliate. I get out. I only put moisturizer, a very thin moisturizer, on places like my elbows, my knees, and my heels, and then my wrists. And then I will go in with this. The mitt is amazing. It's the best mitt I have used. I've tried the Saint Tropez. I've tried the Loving Tan. I've tried the Josie Maran. It's the best mitt that I've used. And then I will just go in and I will put, I mean, one layer. It doesn't need more than one layer. It's actually developing on me right now, so it's gonna be probably twice as dark as this tonight and tomorrow. And then I take 10 minutes where I wash my face, I do whatever I need to do in my bathroom, and I don't put any clothes on. I kind of let it air dry. And then I will put on like a black shirt or something without a bra, because I found that if I put a bra on, within like 2 hours of putting a self-tanner on, I will get marks, like right here, which I think you can even see my sports bra mark from this morning. But I find that if I wait 2 hours, I don't get that. So I'll put a black shirt on, some loose pants, hang out for 2 hours, because most of the time this is at night, and then I will go to bed. And when I wake up the next morning, it's nice and tanned and streak-free and wonderful. Like, I really cannot ask for more. The only thing about this is that it doesn't last that long. It does say that they suggest doing it 1 to 2 times a week, and I think that if you want to keep a consistent dark tan, you're going to need to do it twice a week. I don't mind doing it because honestly it takes a minute more than putting actual body lotion on, so it's not like an issue for me to do it a couple times a week, and the results are worth it to me. So hopefully that answers some questions because I know some of y'all have been wondering. And that's it. That's all my favorites. When I think I'm going to go fast, this is probably going to be a 30-minute video. But those were truly my favorites this month, and I'm excited for next month because I am going on my cruise. I am going to be pre-filming videos for that cruise, and I will put in the description box the ones that go up while I'm actually on my cruise because I will not be able to answer your comments. Chad and I have decided not to pay for Wi-Fi on the cruise because we don't want any of the distractions. So we are putting our phones away and we are going to go a whole week without social media, emails, anything. It's going to be so amazing. I cannot wait. But I don't want you to think that I'm ignoring you. So there will be like 3 videos where I cannot answer your comments or anything like that. I still want you to comment. I just can't get back to you until I get back the next week. Just didn't want y'all to think I'm ignoring y'all because that's one of my favorite parts about doing YouTube is interacting with you. That's it. I'm going to stop talking. Thank you so much for watching. Subscribe if you haven't already. I'm really eager to get to 10,000. I'm kind of inching my way there, but I feel like I will get there eventually because I do have a good giveaway for y'all. So hopefully this helped. Let me know what your favorite was in the comment section below. And as always, I hope you have a very blessed day.